If you own a Dodge, you already know these trucks and cars are built different. They're tough, they're powerful, and when you take care of them the right way, they'll run forever. But here's the problem. Most Dodge owners are spending hundreds, sometimes thousands of dollars at shops every single year for problems they could have fixed themselves in their own driveway for next to nothing. And here's what really stinks. The mechanics doing that work already know these tricks. They use them on their own personal Dodge vehicles all the time. But when you pull into that service bay, none of that knowledge makes it onto your invoice. Instead, you get a list of recommended services, a total that makes your jaw drop, and a smile on the way out the door. Today, that stops. These are 13 tricks that professional mechanics use on their own Dodge vehicles. The stuff that never gets mentioned at the dealership and never shows up in your owner's manual. Some of them are so effective that shops would genuinely rather you never find out they exist. And number 6. When most people hear it for the first time, they flat out don't believe it's real. Let's get into it. Trick number 1. The Seafoam vacuum line carbon flush. If your Dodge Hemi is feeling sluggish, losing power, or idling rough, there's a good chance you've got carbon buildup on your intake valves. This is extremely common on Hemi engines, and it gets worse with every passing mile. Dealers charge $150 to $300 for an intake cleaning service, and most of the time they're using a product that costs them about $8. Here's what mechanics actually do at home. Grab a can of Seafoam motor treatment, about $10 at any auto parts store. With your engine warmed up and running, locate the large vacuum hose going into your brake booster. Slowly pour the Seafoam into that line in small bursts while the engine is running. It will smoke heavily, and that's exactly what you want. That smoke is carbon deposits burning off your intake valves. Don't panic when it gets thick. That means it's working. Use about half the can, let the engine idle for 10 minutes, then take it out on the highway and really get on the throttle to blow everything out. Most Hemi owners notice a clear improvement in throttle response and idle quality within the first few miles. $10 versus $300. You do the math. Trick number 2, the TIPM relay bypass. If you own a Dodge Ram, Charger, Challenger, or Durango, built between 2007 and 2014, there's a very good chance you've dealt with TIPM problems. Or you will. The totally integrated power module controls your fuel pump, your starter, your windows, your wipers. Almost everything runs through it. And it fails constantly on these model years. There have been multiple class action lawsuits against Chrysler over this exact issue. Dealers quote $1,200 to $1,500 for a replacement TIPM. Here's what most mechanics won't tell you. A large percentage of TIPM failures are caused by a single component, the fuel pump relay inside the module. When it starts to fail, you get hard starts, random stalling, and electrical gremlins that make the whole TIPM look dead when the module itself is often perfectly fine. You can buy an external fuel pump relay bypass kit online for $30 to $50. It installs in about an hour, completely bypasses the failing relay, and gives your fuel pump a direct, reliable power source. Thousands of Dodge owners have done this and never had the problem come back. Before you spend $1,500 on a new TIPM, try a $40 bypass kit first. Trick number 3, the Lucas Oil Stabilizer Lifter trick. The Hemi tick. If you own a 5.7 or 6.4 Hemi, you know exactly what this is. That rhythmic ticking noise on startup that sends owners straight to the dealership in a panic. Dealers love it because the moment you mention a tick, they start talking about lifter replacements and valve train inspections that run $800 to over $2,000. Here's what mechanics who actually own Hemis do first. On your next oil change, add 1 quart of Lucas Oil Stabilizer. Part number Lucas 10001, about $7 to $10 at Walmart or any parts store, along with your regular motor oil. Don't exceed your total oil capacity. Lucas dramatically increases the film strength of your oil right at the lifter faces and cam lobes where the Hemi tick originates, and maintains that protection far longer during cold starts when most of the noise actually happens. Most Hemi owners report the tick dramatically reducing or disappearing completely within the first 20 minutes after the oil change. Some had been living with that tick for over a year. One treatment and it was gone. Do this every oil change and your valve train will stay quieter and better protected for the life of the engine. Trick number 4, the PCM hard reset. Before you pay anyone a diagnostic fee for a rough idle, a random check engine light, or an electrical issue on your Dodge, try this first. It costs nothing, and it fixes a surprising number of problems that shops charge a full hour of labor to look at. Disconnect your negative battery terminal and leave it off for a full 30 minutes. While it's disconnected, press and hold your brake pedal for 30 seconds to drain any residual voltage from the system. Then reconnect. You just performed a complete hard reset of your powertrain control module. Over time, the PCM builds up adaptive fuel trims and idle relearn tables that drift out of calibration, causing rough idle hesitation, poor throttle response, and random check engine lights. The hard reset wipes all of that and forces the computer back to factory settings. The PCM will relearn your driving patterns over the next 50 to 100 miles, and in most cases you'll notice a clear improvement in how the engine runs. Shops charge $100 or more just to do what you just did for free. Trick number 5, the throttle body no remove cleaning. Trick number 6, the transmission limp mode reset. This one is unbelievable. This is the one. This trick alone has saved Dodge owners thousands of dollars, and sometimes on the side of a highway with a tow truck already on the way. If your Dodge automatic transmission has dropped into limp mode, stuck in one gear, won't shift, check engine light on. Before you call a tow truck and before you start mentally preparing for a $3,000 transmission bill, do this. Pull over safely. Turn the engine completely off. Remove the key. Wait a full 60 seconds. Restart the vehicle, put it in drive, and pull away. In a genuinely large percentage of limp mode situations, your transmission will come completely out of limp mode, shift through every gear perfectly, and behave as if nothing happened. Because technically, nothing did. Here's why it works. Your transmission control module monitors pressures, temperatures, solenoid operation, and shift timing constantly. If any reading exceeds its threshold, even briefly due to a heat spike or a momentary sensor glitch, the TCM throws the transmission into limp mode as a protective measure. Even if that condition lasted half a second and resolved on its own, limp mode stays active until the fault is cleared from the TCM's active memory. A full 60-second key-off shutdown clears that fault and forces the TCM to reevaluate everything from scratch on the next startup. This is not a permanent fix for a real transmission problem. If limp mode keeps coming back, get it diagnosed. But the number of Dodge owners who have paid for a tow and a full diagnostic only to be told the shop can't reproduce the problem is staggering. Try the 60-second restart first, every single time. Trick number 7, the EGR valve Seafoam treatment. On Dodge diesel trucks, most specifically the 6.7 Cummins and newer Ram diesels, and the 5.9 and older models, EGR valve carbon buildup is one of the most consistent causes of power loss, black smoke, and rough running over time. Diesel exhaust coats that valve with thick carbon deposits every single mile. A professional EGR cleaning runs $200 to $400 at a diesel shop. Here's the home version. Remove the EGR valve. On most Ram Cummins trucks, it's a few bolts and a wiring connector. Drop it into a container of carburetor cleaner or Berryman B12 chem tool and let it soak overnight. Minimum 8 hours. After soaking, scrub everything clean with a stiff brush, rinse it out, dry it, and reinstall with a fresh gasket if the old one looks worn. The improvement in power, throttle response, and fuel economy after a clean EGR is immediate. Do this every 60,000 miles and you'll avoid the EGR headaches that send other diesel owners to the shop repeatedly. Trick number 8, the death wobble track bar fix. If you've experienced death wobble on a Ram 1500 Classic, 2500, or 3500 with a solid front axle, you know exactly how terrifying it is. You hit a road seam at highway speed and the entire front end shakes so violently you can barely keep the truck in your lane. It's also one of the most overcharged problems in the Ram community. Shops will tell you that you need new ball joints, tie rod ends, a steering stabilizer, new tires, and a full alignment. $800 to $1,500 easy. Here's where experienced Ram mechanics actually start. Get under the truck with a pry bar. Find the track bar, the diagonal rod connecting your frame to your front axle. Grab it and try to move it by hand. Any play at all in either mounting end means that track bar bushing is your death wobble source in the vast majority of cases. The rubber bushing deteriorates over time, allowing the axle to shift laterally under load and triggering the wobble cycle. A quality replacement track bar runs $80 to $150 and takes about an hour to install. 2 bolts. Most experienced Ram mechanics say the track bar is the cause of death wobble 80% of the time. Check it first before anyone starts throwing expensive parts at your front end. Trick number 9, the real coolant flush. Most Dodge owners are told to flush their coolant every 50,000 miles. What almost nobody tells them is that draining the petcock and refilling the reservoir replaces only about 40 to 50% of the total coolant in the system. Everything in the engine block, the heater core, and the hose network stays behind. Old, degraded, and acidic. Here's how mechanics actually do it. After draining the old coolant, fill the system completely with distilled water. Not tap water, distilled only. Run the engine to full operating temperature with the heat on maximum to force circulation through the heater core. Let it run until the thermostat opens fully, then shut it down, let it cool, and drain again. Do the whole process one more time. After 2 distilled water flush cycles, you've removed virtually all of the old coolant chemistry from every corner of the system. Now fill with fresh OAT or HOAT coolant mixed 50-50 with distilled water. Mopar coolant or Xerox G05 are both excellent. Your cooling system will run cleaner and protect your water pump and heater core far longer than a simple drain and fill ever could. Trick number 10. The fuel injector. BG44K treatment. If your Dodge is misfiring, hesitating under acceleration, or getting worse fuel economy than it used to, dirty injectors are one of the first things to check before you start replacing spark plugs or coil packs. Varnish deposits on injector tips degrade the spray pattern and cause incomplete combustion that affects everything from idle quality to catalytic converter lifespan. A professional injector cleaning runs $100 to $200. Here's the $20 version. BG44K Power Enhancer, about $18 to $22 online. Pour the entire can into a full tank of gas. BG44K contains the same concentrated detergent chemistry that many dealerships use in their professional induction cleaning machines, delivered directly through your fuel system over 1 to 2 full tanks. It strips varnish from injector tips, cleans intake valves, and removes combustion chamber deposits. The improvement is gradual over the first tank and fully apparent by the second. Run it every 15,000 miles and your injectors will stay clean for the life of the engine. Trick number 11, the brake fluid moisture test. Almost no shop will bring this up proactively because there's no money in it for them if you catch it early. It takes 10 seconds and a $12 tool. Brake fluid is hygroscopic. It absorbs moisture from the air over time through your hoses and seals. As moisture rises, your brake fluid's boiling point drops. Fresh DOT3 fluid boils at around 401 degrees. At just 3% water content that drops to around 284 degrees, meaning under hard stops or heavy towing, you're at real risk of the fluid boiling in your calipers and experiencing sudden brake fade exactly when you need stopping power the most. High moisture content also causes internal corrosion in your ABS modulator and master cylinder over time. A brake fluid moisture tester is $10 to $15 online. Dip it in the reservoir for 10 seconds and it gives you an instant moisture reading. At or above 3% means flush it. A complete brake fluid flush at home costs about $10 in fluid and 30 to 45 minutes of your time. Do it every 2 years regardless of mileage. It's the cheapest brake insurance policy that exists. Trick number 12. The power steering ATF fix. This one catches Ram and Dodge owners completely off guard, because the fix for their noisy, whining power steering has been sitting in the transmission fluid section of the parts store the whole time. The factory-specified power steering fluid for many Ram trucks and older Dodge vehicles is not dedicated power steering fluid. It's ATF, automatic transmission fluid. This is not a hack. It's what Chrysler engineered these systems to run on. Check your power steering reservoir cap right now. On many Ram trucks, it says ATF right on the cap. Using the wrong fluid causes seal degradation, pump whine, and premature pump failure. Thousands of Ram owners have replaced their power steering pumps and chased noise for years when the entire problem was the wrong fluid. Do a fluid exchange. Pull out the old fluid with a turkey baster, refill with Mopar ATF +4, cycle the steering lock to lock several times, and repeat twice. Most owners report the whining stopping completely within the first few minutes of driving. A $12 bottle of ATF plus 4 in 20 minutes. That's the whole fix. Trick number 13, the high mileage oil switch. Last one. And this goes against advice most people have been following for years. If your Dodge has over 150,000 miles, stop running full synthetic and switch to a high mileage conventional or synthetic blend. Valvoline Max Life, Pennzoil High Mileage, or Castrol GTX High Mileage are all excellent choices. Full synthetic is great for new engines, but as miles accumulate, internal clearances increase, valve stem seals harden, and gaskets lose their original pliability. Full synthetic's low viscosity causes it to seep through these worn clearances and aging seals at a rate that a slightly thicker, high-mileage formula won't. The result is progressively worse oil consumption, blue smoke on startup, and an engine running low on oil between changes. High-mileage formulas contain seal conditioning additives that cause aging rubber components to swell slightly back toward their original dimensions, stopping minor leaks. The slightly higher viscosity maintains better oil pressure across worn tolerances throughout the RPM range. Use a quality filter, Mopar, Wix, or Purolator, and change it every 5,000 miles. If your Dodge has 150,000 miles and has been reasonably maintained, there's no reason it can't go another 150,000. High mileage oil is one of the biggest reasons some of these engines reach 300,000 miles, while others don't. And that's all 13. Every one of these is something a professional mechanic already knows and quietly uses on their own vehicle, while charging you full price to do the expensive version on yours. Now you know too. Save this video, share it with every Dodge owner you know, and drop a comment below telling me which trick surprised you the most. If you want more money-saving tips that the dealership hopes you never see, hit that subscribe button right now. New video every week. We'll see you in the next one. Want the description and tags for this one?